know it's been a while since I've dropped a video. Like I said, been going through some shit, been busy, going back to work. Hand is on the mend currently, so I haven't really been pushing out any content. I know I said on my Twitter that I was gonna start back again next season, but there's something that come up that I really want to speak about and I really want to get you guys' opinions on. And that is the European Super League that has been announced last night. Um, it is a new format of a European competition um, founded by various members of the so-called Big 12 teams across Europe, which include Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid from Spain, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus from Italy, and from our own Arsenal, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham, the supposed Big Six in England. First, please like, subscribe, follow, share. I really appreciate everyone's support. I don't really know how to react to this, to be honest, because when I first heard about it, I was on the train. One of my boys hit me up and said, "Yo, have you seen this regarding the European Super League?" And I'm thinking, "What's this guy talking about, man?" I didn't really know much about it, so I decided to read up on it. And at first glance, I kind of took I don't really care approach to it. A kind of, a stance where I'd be like, look, if we play in this competition, so what? It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't change anything. It just means a bit more money. Then I dug a little bit deeper, did a bit more research. And from what I can see personally, I can see things from both ends. And I'll tell you why. Now, this whole European Super League is kind of UEFA's fault. And people are going to say, what are you talking about? And let me explain. When you endorse and allow, spending to, reach ridiculous heights, then you're going to get this type of thing. The likes of PSG, the likes of Man City, the likes of Man United, the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, who else is there? Chelsea. They're big spenders. Yeah, they have spent millions upon millions of pounds on players, and even Arsenal recently. Yeah, and Liverpool. Let's not forget them. But really and truly, the main four or five, or just for this country actually, for England, the main people that I want to concentrate on are Chelsea, Man City, and Man United. Now, those three clubs, especially in England, have smashed spending records. You look at Man United, 80 million on Maguire. You look at Chelsea, 79 million on Pulisic. You look at Man City, 80 million on Ruben Diaz. These are the type of clubs that have allowed this to get this far. Now, clubs like Tottenham and Arsenal, we've got a very different business model to these clubs. We can't just go and throw 70, 80, 90 million at a player. Yeah? And if we do, it has to be a structured deal with, scattered over a certain amount of years or maybe players involved, whatever it may be. But we don't have the immediate cash to go and say, yo, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go buy that player for, I don't know, 100 million, 90 million, 70 million, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, we just don't have it. Yeah? So I can see our incentive to join this league. There's a rough figure, apparently, that the founding 12 members, which I just mentioned, will receive 3.5 billion just for taking part in this league. Yeah, that equates to 350 million euros to Arsenal for their initial setup, and then a further 230 million for competing in it. So I mean, I don't know the rough figures on Champions League. I don't know the rough figures on Premier League. But from what I gather, from what I know from past sort of like research, uh, you can get upwards of 70 million to win the Champions League. Just 70 million. That's what they're basically saying. That's what these big clubs are saying. Just 70 million. 70 million. That don't buy you a Maguire, bro. That buys you a Pepe. That's what those big clubs are saying. So the 230 million, the 350 million that they're promising, that is real change for those clubs. And we need to remember, these guys are American or Russian or Middle Eastern, whatever they are, running clubs. Yeah, their chairmen aren't English. They don't know what it's like in terms of tradition and history. They're thinking about this. Yeah, that's what they're thinking about. And the fans that are saying this is a disgrace, all they're thinking about money, are still the same fans telling their clubs to go and spend money. Their fans are still going, why are they being so stingy? Look how much money they've got. They need to go and spend it. Well, obviously they ain't got it, so they're going to go out and get it now. So those fans that are saying to these clubs, please go and spend money, just go and pay the 100 million, go and pay the 200 million or whatever it may be. You cannot now sit here and complain about these clubs going into this European Super League, because really and truly, it's going to allow them to generate the funds to buy those players. That's what it's going to do. And me personally, I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. But I can understand the reasons for the clubs like Tottenham, for the clubs like Arsenal, even Chelsea. They're not the force of old. But even clubs like them, I can understand. Same as Man United. They're in massive debt. Man City, massive debt. Yeah, they've got unlimited resources though. Yeah, if financial fair play weren't a thing, then man would be spending up money for fun. And this is another thing I'll go on to. Why wasn't financial fair play brought in so much earlier? You've got PSG buying Neymar for what? I don't know what they bought him for. 100 and something million. Mbappe for 150 million. How can that happen? How can that happen? Henry, we sold for 16 million. 16 million. I remember at a time, Andy Carroll cost 30 million. Record fee. And now we're spending hundreds of millions on one player. One player. Ultimately, UEFA have to take responsibility for this. And it's not just the money side of the game. It's the rules. It's the sanctions. Shit like the referees. Now, the Premier League has the worst refs in the fucking country, has the worst refs in sport. Simple as. Yeah, I'm not talking about football. I'm talking about sport. In any type of sport, the Premier League has the worst officials ever. Yeah, that we have not had a decent ref since Howard Webb. That was a real ref. These other guys, I see Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville say, "Oh, we've got one of the best refs in the world in Mike Oliver." What? I'd rather have fucking Jamie Oliver as a ref, because he doesn't do anything. He's rubbish. All of them are rubbish. VAR. Look at what they've done with VAR. Now, we've had many complaints about VAR and the way it works. They do not change it. But midway through a season, they change a handball rule and an offside rule. How? How can you do that midway through a season? Yet some of these pundits are sitting here and slating those clubs and saying, how could they announce this midway through the season? Wait, hold on. Didn't the Premier League change a whole bunch of rules midway through a season? And it's not the same. It's not the same type of concept, changing things between a season. It doesn't make it fair for other people. What about the people that have suffered before those rule changes? So that's ultimately where I'm at. The Premier League and UEFA haven't helped themselves. There's also this whole thing of the racism and the sanctions. Now, I read that the player from Slavia Prague has got 10-game ban for racism. Racist comments or whatever. Now, for me, that's a slap on the wrist. That's a slap on the wrist. And I think it's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Luis Suarez got 10-game ban for biting someone. Yeah. But this guy actually came out, yeah, and was a clear racist towards another player. Yeah, a black player from Rangers. And only got 10-game ban. So what are you saying? Yeah, it's bad, but it's not bad. Suspend his ass for good. You can't play football. You say no to racism and to kick out racism, but you're not kicking out players that are racist. How does that make sense? And we can't sit here and blame the player. We blame UEFA. We blame the Europa League, Champions League, whatever industry it is. Yeah? These players are getting caught being racist, but they're not being kicked out of the game. If I'm racist in my job, I lose my job. I get sacked on the spot. Gross misconduct. What makes these players so special that they can be racist online, in person, get caught red-handed and not have to pay the price? A 10-game ban. That's disgusting. And ultimately, this is where I sit on the fence, because I'm like, you know what? Maybe this European League isn't a bad thing. Because I genuinely think that UEFA are a joke. They're a joke. And we all know Real Madrid, Barcelona, they've had UEFA in their pockets for decades. Decades. Yeah? Decades. I'm sick of this same shit. You know, things happening. They're saying, oh, they're going to change it, and it doesn't happen. This is a catalyst for change now, this European Super League. Whether it's for the Super League or against it, this is now a catalyst for change. This is where things need to change. And it's just unfortunate now that these clubs have said, you know what? We've seen the direction that you're going in. We don't like it, so we're going off in our own different direction. And like I said, let me be clear about this. I don't agree with it because, like I said, I can't imagine. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't support Arsenal if they get kicked out of the Premier League. I can't. If they accept a ban to the Premier League, I can't support Arsenal. I can't support a team that will turn their back on their fans. And most of it is fucking Stan Kroenke. But ultimately, you know, we as a club need to stand together. Fans, players, coaching staff, managers, admin staff, hospitality staff. We need to stand together against Stan Kroenke and say, no, this ain't happening. You know, we are by the people, for the people. Yeah? And we will not allow ourselves to be isolated in a separate league where you can't get relegated and all that rubbish. That's crazy talk. Like, don't get me wrong, I love playing on the big stage. But let's be real right now. What's going to happen when we play Real Madrid? When we play Man City? We can't even beat fucking Fulham. We've lost to Burnley this season. How are we going to go week in, week out against Inter Milan, AC Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus? Are you crazy? We're going to get slapped, bro. We're going to get slapped. We need to think about this logically. Yeah? This club is built on people. Yeah? And when you lose the people, you lose the club. And that's what Stan Kroenke doesn't understand. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. And I just hope that these clubs or UEFA turn around and they negotiate with them and say, all right, you know what? Cool. We get your point now. We get your point. Here's what we're going to do to better our club, our competition format, prize money, whatever it may be. Because regardless of what people say, yes, it is about money. Yeah. But like I said, when you've gone so long without regulating prices of players, yeah, and regulating, spend on players, wages, then this will happen. Now you have to look at it from Arsenal. Let's look at it from Arsenal's point of view. We say we move to the Emirates to become the next Bayern Munich, the next Barcelona, the next Real Madrid, so on and so forth. We can't spend that money. We ain't got that money. You know what I'm saying? We have not got that money. Or we might do, but our owner don't want to spend that type of money because it's a major investment. A major investment. Meanwhile, PSG are buying up players left, right, and centre. Di Maria, yeah, Mbappe, Neymar, uh, a host of other names, a host of other, same as Man City, yeah. What kind of players that they've bought in the last 10 years, yeah. Ruben Diaz, Aguero, David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Mendy, Edison. The list goes on and on, yeah. Spending silly amount. I think Man United have spent something like over just under $1 billion in 8 years. What? Just under $1 billion in 8 years on players for what? What do you mean? What players were they? Because they've won nothing. They won a little Europa League and an FA Cup. That's it, or a League Cup. I can't even remember what it is. That's it. So in 8 years, you ain't won no Premier League, no Champions League, none of that, fam. I want you to be. If you're spending $1 billion, you better win the World Cup and all them things there, cuz. What do you mean? And Arsenal are meant to compete with that. Same as Tottenham. Now we know Tottenham, they're a very well run club. Yes, I'm against Tottenham, but we need to be real. They're a very well run club. Yeah, Daniel Levy's got that shit on lock. Yeah, I see people complaining saying, "Oh, he's so tight. He just needs to spend his money." All right, cool. You want him to spend his money? He's got to make his money up somewhere else. So that's where this European Super League comes in. You can't have it both ways. Your club either has an owner that can pump shit in, or you don't. And if you don't, you need to find other avenues, whether it be through your youth system, um, whether it be through great scouting. Yeah, I know Arsenal have a great scouting team in South America. Brazil, Argentina, all those countries there. We've got the likes of Martinelli, Mari, even what's his name that went to Valencia, Gabriel. I thought he was a decent centre back, to be honest. Um, so I think it's going to really come down to what UEFA decide to do in terms of negotiation. They can turn around and say, you know what, fuck you, look, we ain't negotiating, we ain't backing down. What we're gonna do, we're gonna ban those players, ban those clubs, and then you can be on your back. But make no mistake about it, those 12 teams will still make more money. It's a fact. They are too big, yeah, and will make too much money, yeah. And UEFA will be forced at one point to say, okay, come back to the table. And by then it's too late. So I warn them now, do not wait for it to be too late. Yeah? They want a bit more money. Let's offer some figures out there. See what they're saying. I don't want this to go ahead, I'll be honest. I do not want, like I said, I look forward to Sundays and Saturdays and Friday night and Monday night football. Yeah, watching the Arsenal playing, even if it's Fulham, West Ham, Leicester, Everton. These are all good clubs. Yeah, look at Leeds. Look at the rise of Leeds. Yeah, Leeds are having a storming season. Sheffield United last season, a storming season. What are we saying that if they just because they do good, they're not part of the top six, or they can't be a part of the top six? That doesn't make any sense. Aston Villa right now, they still have a possibility to get into the top six. Are we saying that they're not allowed in Europa or they're not allowed in Champions League? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You're only as big as your last season, as far as I'm concerned. That's a simple fact. Liverpool last year were the best in the league, and this year they're not. They're not even. For me, they're not even a top four side this year. They might be able to squeeze into it, but they haven't played like it. So why are they classed as a top four side? Arsenal, let's be real, we haven't been a top six side for a long time. Unai Emery got us fifth, and we got to the Europa League final. This year we're doing alright in Europa, but look at this year's season, terrible. I think we finished eighth last season as well. Like, what are we really doing right now? So, guys, what do you think? Drop some comments below. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel, obviously, and on my Twitter. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Why? What should happen to the clubs involved? What should happen to the players involved? Ultimately, some of these players, they don't even have a choice. They signed up a contract. And do you think that their contract should be made void because, it was on the basis of them playing in the Premier League and, targets. Some of them have targets in the Champions League and the Europa League, which won't apply if they go into this European Super League. So do you think their contract should be void? Let me know, and I will do a follow-up video hopefully next week. I'm on nights this week, so bear with me in replying and everything like that. But guys, I just want to say thank you. Oh yeah, that's also the reason why I haven't got my Arsenal shirt on, because this European League thing pissed me off. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like I said, I had to come back for this announcement because obviously I need to find out what the people are saying, what they think, how they feel, because this is a big thing. It affects a lot of people. So like I said, I want to make sure that everyone's kind of included. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Again, please like, subscribe, follow, share, and I will catch you soon. And also, one other thing. I have a Twitch that I'm going to leave in the description below. I think I did that right. Below. It's my Twitch for FIFA, COD. I might be getting on some other games as well. But FIFA, come and join me in the weekend and sometimes during the week. Weekend League. We killing it, baby. Yeah, we doing all right. We doing all right now. Team of the year, Ronaldo and that. Yeah. So the Twitch is Silverback, capital S _93. Silverback, yes, the most dangerous primate in the world. Silverback _93. Bless up, people. Have a good day.